Happy Friday. Happy Friday the 13th. It's here. It's here. Yeah, happy Friday the 13th, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everyone, whoever and whenever you are. It is Friday the 13th where I am. It is 9:19 a.m. in the morning on Friday the 13th. Yeah. I don't know what I was gonna do. I was thinking about doing a mummy breakdown, the breakdown of the trailer of what my predictions are, but I'm gonna save that because I have some things that I need to do today that unfortunately I left to the last minute, and it's gotta get up and going. And I am like I said, I've said it before. So I have a con that I'm a cosplay guest at next weekend. That's next weekend. It's already coming. It's closing in like quick. Next weekend, I am doing a celebrity guest. Not cosplay guest. We do have celebrity guests there. I mean, if you guys liked Pete and Pete from the 90s, we have both actors from that show coming to Danbury, Connecticut. They're going to be there along with a ton of voice actors who've done Dragon Ball and Fallout. Yeah, mostly Dragon Ball. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot. Only voice actors come. Very few celebrities do. Anyway, hey, if you're interested in going to Danbury, Connecticut at the Danbury Sports Dome on the 21st and 22nd, Saturday and Sunday of next week, go on ahead. Be sure to go get your tickets on drcomiccon.com. Yeah, it's closing in quick. Like I said before, I spent all last year preparing, buying whatever I need for the museum and supplies I needed to make stuff to sell. You know, it's all coming down to the wire. Yeah. And like I said before, I've been very open and honest that I want it done and over with. But even if I want it done and over with, my main concern and my main question would be, what's next? Because like I said, all last year, I spent preparing for this moment. And once the moment is gone, because it's coming in next week, after next weekend, that's it. It's done. I don't have anything else. I do have other cons I'm thinking about going, like me as a con goer. Is that how you say a con goer or a participant? I know a participant is it called con goer or conner? Well, no, you can't say conner because it's like a con artist. You know, you can't say conner or hey, I'm going to a con, which is just short for convention. Comic convention. That in reality is short, but it sounds like I'm going to a con. So I'm going to con someone? I'm going to con someone? Have I ever conned someone? Maybe my parents, because my parents con me. You guys know what I'm talking about. Our parents had ways to con us into doing what they wanted us to do. And of course, in the end, we didn't get it. Yeah, I got a few stories with it. I'm not going to tell those stories, but yeah, I can give you a handful of stories if I wanted to about how we were told practically, so hey, this was going to happen, yeah. Bull snot. Bull snot. And then they wonder where we get it from. There is two. One most definitely. Because I had a chance. Well, yeah, I had a chance to go, but it was taken from me. I'm never gonna forget that. I don't think I'll ever let that slide. So I had to travel somewhere else to get them. The whole Twilight cast, well, not the whole Twilight cast, but the some of the actors of the Cullen Coven, The werewolves, they were there in Pennsylvania. But a young lady named Ashley Green, who played Alice, she did not attend. She went to the one con that I usually go to, but I haven't gone there for a while because it's just, how can I say, it's just, I don't know, I guess there's no reason. There's not a reason for me. You know, things happen. Life has a way of making things change, people change because it's natural. Change is nature. Why? Because it's natural. You know, change is growth. You know, moving is growth, but it's just like I said, when changes involve you, you would like to have a say because you have a right to say. If it involves you, I have a right to say. If the change involves me, then it should happen on my own terms, or I should be given a warning, a courtesy call, things of that nature. So she went there, but I ended up missing that one, which had caused me to go see and the two actors from Resident Evil. So I missed that one because they were all three there. So I had missed it because it was just like, you know, don't want, you know, some things that you want to close the door on, at least let me close it myself. But so I went to Pennsylvania and a good amount of them were there. Unfortunately, she canceled, which is why they brought the werewolves in. No, Taylor Lautner was not there. I don't think any cons can afford them. I don't know. How does that even work? Like, how do con organizers, convention organizers, con runners, whatever I don't know how you call them. The people who run the convention business, the convention, whatever convention it would be, whether it's Dragon Con, Wizard Con, Fan Expo, how does that work? How do they bring the celebrities in? I know they're paying the celebrities. And not only that, the celebrities are making money, especially when they do the autographs and stuff like that. But how does that work? Like, that's the mystery. That's the mystery. Sometimes I want to ask, but then again, it's like this. If a man was told never to ask a woman of her age, then the same goes for everyone else asking someone how much money you make or how much money you paid for da 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 da. You know, no. It's a freaking gnat in my room. Ah! How'd I get in here? Anyway, you know, it's like that. So I want to ask because I'm curious because it's just like, how does it work? You know, I've helped out at cons before, but more volunteering, not actually behind the scenes, like behind the scenes. Like I know enough, but I don't know as a whole. You know, I don't know it as a whole. So that kind of thing. Anyway, she's coming back to that con that I went last year, and I'll be having my cousin come with because apparently all of them of the Colin Coven are coming back. And I'm surprised. I guess they really had a good time there, or who knows. They were there last year, now they're coming back this year. So I know I'm definitely going to that one, and that's in June in Pennsylvania. There is another one in September. I really want to go with that one because apparently Matthew Mercer is going there. I want an autograph and I would like to ask him a question, even though the documentary is over and I didn't get a chance to, because he wasn't really announcing where he was going. I didn't even see any announcements. I still want to know what was his take. You know, what draws people into the world of Resident Evil. I'm curious about that. I would like to go to the one in Canada, Montreal Comic Con, because the guy, Troy Barker, or is it Troy Baker? The gentleman who did Jake's Mueller voice and Joel's voice from The Last of Us is going there. And it would be cool to see him. But that's in Montreal. That's in July. And usually that's during 4th of July weekend. And with the way things are, I think it's safe to stay here. I'm not going to explain what's going on. If you know, you know. Cool, great. If you don't, Google it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I think if anything, stick to here. So. But Matthew Mercer is apparently going to the one in Iowa, GalaxyCon, and that's in September. And not only that, there's something else in Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa, because it's taking place there. There is, I have to double check, but there is a place called Zombie Burger. And it is a restaurant that is zombie themed. And their burgers there, or everything on the menu, is themed about zombies. So from Hispanic zombie films towards American, Western zombie films. I want to see, I really like burgers that have an egg in it, because I feel like not only does the egg kind of help with the texture, but it also runs smoothly. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not much of a burger girl, because sometimes the patty's too thick. Sometimes it doesn't have enough flavor. And at times it's just too much. It's too much. I like burgers like White Castle sliders. I like burgers like McDonald's. Now, I know a lot of people, there's some people out there going, that's not a burger, that's fake meat, blah, blah, blah. It tastes good. I like burgers like the Whopper from Burger King, because it's just easier. It's not overpowering. It's not too much. It's just right. Patty melts sometimes is a hit and a miss. When I go to Steak and Shake, I get the fresh because it's good. It works well. I used to get the Royal Burger, which had an egg on it, but when someone I knew was getting the fresh one, I was like, that looks good. So I started getting that one, and I loved it. When I was in North Carolina, I was kicking myself because I found out the day I was leaving, there was a Steak and Shake. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have gotten that nasty pizza from whatever restaurant that was literally next door to the hotel, which was walking distance. I went to the Waffle House there. I was walking 14 minutes away, a 14-minute walk. That's not too bad. But it was a walk. But yeah, so hopefully I do get to go to Des Moines, Iowa, because if I get to go, I get to see Matthew Mercer. I was about to say Matthew McConaughey. No, Matthew Mercer. And hopefully eat at Zombie Burger. Go from there. We're going to go. We're going to have some fun. Hopefully. It's in September. There's some stuff going on. I don't know. I'm not going to disclose it, but hopefully whatever that is happening, I will still be able to go in September. In June, it's iffy and it's not iffy, but it's like, it wasn't like last year, okay, here. This time I really, really have to sort of, not prioritize, but really, really organize, because there's some things that I can't really discuss, and I just need to really make sure, is it possible? If it is possible, cool, great. If it's not possible, then I need to either rethink it or just, hey, I can't. So that's what's going on. It's kind of crazy because, like I said, it's like the convention I'm going to, I kind of just want it done and over with. I'm at that point. It feels like, like it was the last day of high school, like the last day of high school. You were done with high school. You were over high school. You were over it the first day you started high school. Now it's like you're 17 years old. You're in between being a teenager and being an adult, because at the age of 18, you're a legal adult. Through the eyes of the law, you are a legal adult. You're right there. You're over it, but you don't want it to be over, but you know it has to be over. And then once it's over, it's like, what then? You know, yeah, there's college, there's this, and that, more school, more stuff. But what then after that? You know, what do I do next? You know, like with me, I wanted to go to college, but I wanted to study what I want to study, but it didn't work out. I wanted to go to film school. I wanted to actually learn, to see what programs, through the color grading, you know, really give that whole movie quality, not just the frames per second rate, but also that movie color quality. You know what I mean? That movie color quality that actually makes it look like a movie. That's what I've been aiming for the whole time, but it didn't work out. Yeah, I went to trade school a few times and it still didn't work out. It's like, come on now. I'm busting my butt spending this money to better myself and it's not working. Screw this joint. But yeah, like I said, I just want it over with. But then again, it's like the next question is what next? What now? You know, if a great white has to keep moving to stay alive, what with me? What do I do? You know, I don't know what to do. I could try. Well, I do have this one idea. I have a few ideas. But it's all about gathering the pieces to make this idea come to life. And it's a simple idea. It's not crazy. But even then, it's just like, okay, what after that? What after that? With the way things are, it's a lot of uncertainty. You know, I could make a movie, but I don't have actors. And honestly, I haven't had any movie ideas that I can make myself. You know, I haven't had that yet. Yeah, I haven't had that yet. I'm on the verge. Well, I'm on the last chapter of my fanfic. So if you guys are like Teen Wolf fans from the MTV series, yeah, I'm doing a fanfic of that. Which I'm on the last chapter of it. So hopefully I will be done with it before the year is out. It's just, it kind of hasn't been easy. I've been doing like a page a day just to keep the flow going, just to keep it going. Because when I was younger, I used to fly through stories like crazy. Because I didn't have friends. I still don't have friends. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I mean, I have some ideas, but I don't know if I'll go through it. You know, I do have an idea. Someone actually gave an idea of, you know, you like movies and stuff. You got your projects. Why don't you talk about your projects? You know, the projects that you have done, you know. We could watch a film that I did. You know, like, you know how people are like the reaction videos and they watch it and then they pause it, explain it, break it down and things of that nature. I could do that, you know, if people are interested in seeing that, yeah, I can do that. I don't see why not. There are some little snippet music videos, like it's not a whole music video, but get a snippet of a song and then put stuff in it. I have been thinking about that. You know, I won't lie, I have been thinking about that. I haven't done it yet, but I've been thinking about that. So yeah. I'm not going to say much about this because it's still under wraps, but I have been collaborating on a project with someone. It's more voice acting. So I have been reading the chapters and reading the lines from that. I'm not going to say what it is, what it's for. It's just a voice acting project. I'm like maybe halfway through it already with the part that I'm, you know, voicing. So we'll see. We shall see. Hopefully, yeah, I think I'm halfway through it. How many is there? What is it? Let me see. Was that my pages minus? It's been slowly but surely because you have the lines and it's reading out the scene. So slowly but surely. But hopefully by April. Because what I do is I'll record my lines, send it to the person that I'm collaborating with. They will listen to it, see if it works, if I need to do retakes, and if I need to do retakes, I do those retakes again, send it back to them, and they'll say, yep, you're good, go on to the next chapter, or hey, in the meantime, go to the next chapter while I do this and this and this. Okay, cool. I've never done a voice acting role. I did audition for it. That's pretty neat. They actually approached me. I didn't approach them. And they happen to know people, stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not going to say what the project is, who knows who, blah, blah, blah. But hopefully it's something. I've never done it before. I've always said I wanted to do it, and I am doing it. They said they liked my voice. When I did the audition, they said I liked my voice. And it was kind of funny because what I will say is I'm the lead. I'm one of the leads. And they said, can you read these lines? I said, yeah, sure, I'll read these lines. So I did the lines. Kept going. And they're like, okay, stop. You got the lead. You're playing this character. Your voice is so close to what I have in my head. They literally said my voice was 95% close to the voice they had in their head of this said character. And they showed it to someone else, and they were like, that's the girl. That's the girl. That's the one. That is the one. That's the one, man. And they were like, you're the one. You're the one. Here you go. Here's your script. Here's your lines. Yeah, so hopefully, because they said they wanted to start recording in April, I started recording my lines as best I could through them. So that way, if they were doing it as we went, I still had it. I don't know. I think the chapters, how many chapters do I have to do? It's going by chapters. And it's like, it's audio. There's no visual, or if there is visual, we're not acting it out. We're just doing the audio part, the voice part, voiceovers. So yeah. But then again, they did say it's not a one and done thing. They have other projects that they would like for me to be a part of. But we'll see what happens. So, could I make this a career? I could. But here's the thing. No one's getting paid, which is fine. This is like, cool, a project here and there. Okay, that could keep me occupied if I am included. Things of that nature. But then there's that question. If I'm not included, what do I do with myself? I'm still figuring that out. If you guys are interested in me watching a short film that I did with you guys and doing a breakdown of how I did it or why it was necessary to do it that way, let me know. Because I can do that. I don't see why not. But if you guys are interested in me doing that kind of thing, sure, cool. I can easily do that. So yeah, let me know if that's something you're interested in, to have me watch a short film that I did and then break it down. So if that's the case and you guys want to see that, let me know. If there is like a specific short film that I had done that you guys are like really interested in knowing why I did it that way, let me know. I can do that. I've done movies in the past where you can kind of see I was starting out, and I've done movies recently where you kind of see like, oh, there's growth. Wow, there was a whole bunch of growth, like overnight, practically overnight, or like in a span of months. So I've done Caught in the Middle, Into the Madness, Inside the Madness. I have done The Unexpected Story of Little Red Riding Hood. I have done Superstition. I have done The Sandman. I've done little skits and stuff like that. So if there are any short films that I have made, because I've mostly done horror films or close to horror films, like thriller and mystery, things like that. If there's a short that I have done that you guys are interested in me sort of breaking it down, explaining it, let me know in the comments. And if that's the case, then I will make that happen. I don't see why not. So let me know if interested, which of these short films that I created you are interested in knowing what is what and why it happened in that way. You let me know. I think I know which movie people are going to be saying. I think I know. But I'm not going to say what movie it is. So let me know. Just let me know. Let me know. So, yeah. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, let me know and I'll see what I can work out. Yeah, so let's see. Check it out. Well, not check it out. Well, check out what? What am I saying? Check it out for? Let me know if interested. Cool. Let me know what short film you guys are interested in, and I will do that then. And then. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. If you guys are wondering about the documentary, I've gotten a ton of people asking me if I can't make it to the con to watch it. Are you going to be making DVDs? No, I'm not making DVDs. Because if I'm making DVDs, that means I'm making profit. The whole idea of making this documentary was not to make profit. It was just I made the documentary mostly for me because I wanted to know, not just for me. You know, I wanted to know just for me, what draws this people? What draws people to this franchise? Why this? Why not others? And that's what started my journey. And I wanted to show people, hey, look what I found. If you guys are the same way, if you guys had the same question that I was asking, maybe this answered it. You know, hey, check out what I did. You know, kind of like that. So no, DVDs will not be sold. People have asked me, are you going to post it on YouTube? Yes, I will. I have to see first. Well, like I said, I'm not making any profit off this documentary. The whole point of that matter was, look what I did. I made this for me, and I'm showing you guys, look what I made. Check this out, you know. Maybe if you guys have maybe if you guys had the question too, I pretty much did a service to you guys without even my intent. So yeah, no one got paid. This was not for profit. So me selling DVDs, that would be like, okay, I'm making profit, therefore I have to do the right thing and give the people who participate in it profit. No. People did get credit for it. Of course, you give credit when credit is due. It's the right thing to do. Come on now. If someone took time out of their way to help you out, you better give them credit or show some form of love and appreciation. Like, it's not that hard. That's the right thing to do. Okay. So yes, I will be posted on YouTube. So if you guys can't make it to the con, that's okay. I will post it on YouTube. Hopefully it will let me, because I do have some games on it. You know, to sort of build up to it. Yes, there is some music that I use to show what is what. So yeah. So yes, it will be posted on YouTube. I don't know when exactly. It will be sometime after the con. So there you are. So yeah, I'm gonna head out. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Please be safe out there, guys. All right, be safe. I don't know you guys, but I want you all to be safe. All right. So till next time. Bye.